What's up, guys? Ron Boyd here, and this is a new segment of the channel I'm calling Rants and Reviews. The first one up is this Atom series, their new studio monitor, the T7V. And before I bought these, I watched all kinds of reviews, and they were all fairly accurate except for one thing, and that's the problem with the LED light. So first of all, the quality of these things is really good. When I'm producing, when I'm mixing, these ribbon tweeters here, they are legit. I can hear everything. It almost just separates in midair. And that's what all the reviews I listened to said, but they all had one thing in common that they didn't like, and it was this green light. Instead of being at the front of the speaker, it's at the back of the speaker. But all of the reviewers said, oh, it's not that big of a deal. I plug into a power strip and I turn it on and everything comes on at the same time. And so I bought into that. I thought, oh, it's really no big deal to have the indicator light at the back of the speaker. But let me tell you why it is a big deal. And hopefully if we get enough views on this, we can send this message up to Adams. It's not going to take a whole lot to put the light in the front of the speaker. If it's a cost-saving measure, having a light in the front is something that I would pay, I don't know, an extra $10, $20 for. So Adam, if you're listening, we need that. And here's why. If you're a producer like me and you're working solo projects in little home studios like this, one of the things you do is you have your remote control for your Logic or your DAW, and you run back to wherever you're mixing, you put your headphones on, and you hit record. Well, this happened to me recently on something I was tracking. I hit record. I had a sweet take. I had been trying to record this guitar section for a long time, an acoustic guitar section, and finally it was a sweet section. I hit for verse 1, and the chords were the same for verse 2, so I thought, okay, I'll just copy it from verse 1 and put it over in verse 2, no harm, no foul. What I like to do when I'm recording projects is I'll solo it to just the drum beat and the vocals, and then that way I have these as a reference as I'm recording. So that's what I did. I soloed it to just the drums and the vocals. I heard them in my cans, and I recorded it on a very hot mic. But when I went to take it from verse 1 to verse 2, I kept hearing those vocals from verse 1 into the section I was trying to paste the guitar part in. I thought I was going crazy. I thought, am I copying and pasting the vocals too? Well, it turns out what happened was, because I had the cans on and because I was recording with the light on in the back, I didn't know that I was actually also pushing out the studio monitors, which was feeding into the hot mic, which gave me a take that actually was not helpful for me at all. I had to turn around and re-record. Not that big a deal if it's just me, but if I'm bringing in a session musician or I have a guest in the studio and then I have to call them back and say, oh, you know, all those takes that we did, I'm sorry, I had the monitors on. It's a big deal. If I had the light on, I could have easily looked up. I could see that the light was on the front and it would have been no problem at all. But because Adams chose to save 10 cents or whatever they chose to save by putting the light in the back, it's a big problem for producers out there. So beware of the light. All these reviews you hear saying that it's no big deal, trust me, it's a big deal. Later, guys.